On the banks of the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, in the historical land of Mesopotamia, a cradle of civilization, Opec was born. It happened on September 14, 1960 in Al-Shab Hall in Baghdad, with no fanfare and no glare from the international media. Opec's development over the past 6 decades has not been a straight line, but with 60 years of institutional wisdom and a brilliant history, it is a mature, dependable, and essential partner in energy governance. Today, Opec holds meetings of the conference with its ministers, as well as ministerial Opec and non-Opec meetings at least twice a year to vigilantly follow market changes and make educated and cooperative decisions in support of market stability. Additionally, it holds regular technical meetings and dialogues with an increasing number of partners. From the initial 5 founder members, today OPEC has grown to include 13 sovereign nations on 3 continents. Together, these countries hold 80% of the world's proven oil reserves and provide around 40% of global crude oil production. The impulse for OPEC came in response to the activities and practices of the 7 Sisters. These were large international oil companies dominated by the established industrial powers.
Chevron, Exxon, Mobil, Texaco, Gulf, British Petroleum, and Royal Dutch Shell.
Oil-producing countries relied on them for oil revenues and wanted to exercise their inalienable right to permanent sovereignty over their natural resources in the interest of their national growth and development. The formation of OPEC was, in this sense, a pioneering act. The real spark came after the powerful international oil companies decided to reduce the posted price for a barrel of oil without asking the host governments. This led to a very quiet meeting on the sidelines of the first Arab Petroleum Congress at the Mahdi Yacht Club in Cairo in April 1959 with representatives of OPEC's 5 founding members: Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. Here, a gentleman's agreement, the precursor to OPEC, was endorsed. Few could predict the powerful impact this meeting would have on the future of the oil industry and indeed the world. Juan Pablo Perez Alfonso of Venezuela, Abdullah al-Tareki of Saudi Arabia, Dr. Talat al-Shaybani of Iraq, Dr. Fouad Rouhani of Iran, and Ahmed Sayed Omar of Kuwait joined together over a year later on a fateful September day in 1960 and created OPEC. For its first 5 years, OPEC was headquartered in Geneva. But in 1965, it moved to elegant, historic Vienna. The original host agreement was signed by Ashraf Lutfi, then OPEC Secretary General, and Dr. Bruno Kreisky, the Austrian foreign minister at the time. OPEC has called the city home ever since. The organization's international status was cemented when it registered with the UN Secretariat as an intergovernmental organization in November 1962. The second and third summits of heads of state were held in Caracas in 2000 and Riyadh in 2007. OPEC confirmed support of its principal objectives through its associated solemn declarations under the following 3 themes: stability of global energy markets, energy for sustainable development, and energy and environment. In response, a new era in OPEC and non-OPEC cooperation came about with the signing of the Declaration of Cooperation in December 2016, by 24 OPEC and non-OPEC oil-producing countries. The Declaration of Cooperation and its signatories transformed the oil market, bringing down a massive overhang in OECD commercial stock levels, which thus supported world economic growth. The latest milestone in this unique collaboration was reached in July 2019 with the signing of the Charter of Cooperation, which provides a long-term framework for the partnership. The emergence of a pandemic in early 2020 emphasized the need for the Declaration of Cooperation.
The COVID-19 pandemic has pervaded almost every aspect of human life. It is a major disruptor in terms of the tragic loss of life. It has forced governments around the world into widespread lockdowns.
Extreme destruction of up to a third of total oil demand followed worldwide lockdown efforts, which severely restricted the movement of people and closed down businesses.
Every producer, many of whom are developing nations, has been impacted. No one is immune.
OPEC and its partners once again came through with an unprecedented production adjustment, both in amount and in length. In addition, the shock led other large, previously uninvolved producers and world leaders to join in the conversation, offering support for the work of OPEC. Today, there are 13 member countries in OPEC: Algeria, Angola, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, the Islamic Republic of Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Venezuela. Since 2016, they work regularly together with their non-OPEC counterparts in the Declaration of Cooperation to address market stability and increasingly technical and other issues. OPEC has shown itself to be a leader and will continue to play a major role in energy governance, working with multilateral partners to tackle the world's challenges today and tomorrow. The organization has played a large role in the creation of a new world and modern society over the past 60 years by ensuring the supply of petroleum. We believe the best years are yet to come. For the future of our planet and development for all, OPEC will be there as an important instrument of change.